Welcome. Agentic AI is going to transform the enterprise. It's going to transform the way we think about and how we architect applications. And that transformation is going to be significant. Furthermore, building these applications is a different story. It's going to require a different way of thinking. It's going to require a distributed way of thinking, especially for production and building these applications at scale. At Akka, we have over 15 years of experience building large distributed applications, and we have identified 5 key capabilities for an agentic AI app that are required. The first one, agent orchestration, is incredibly important. You need to be able to orchestrate your agents in different patterns, such as a router pattern or a supervisory pattern. You need to be able to subtask agents. You need to be able to have multi-agent coordination. Your workflows have to be versatile. They have to be able to include things such as parallel, serial, state machine driven, and even human in the loop. And to build these workflows, you need them to, an expressive SDK, one that allows you to think conversationally as opposed to transactionally. All of this should be built on top of an event-driven runtime, which is durable in case of system failures or LLM hallucinations or hardware failures. Second, a memory database. Another capability that is crucial to being able to build agentic services at scale. The memory database is going to allow you to have infinite length agentic sessions, so your conversation can be reconstituted. It'll allow you to do snapshotting of those conversations, snapshot pruning. It should have in-memory context sharding to accelerate data retrieval, multi-region replication, which ensures access to the context data regardless of your geographic location. It should give you the ability to apply replication filters, which can modify your context depending on whatever region you might be operating in. And all of this being built upon event sourcing to allow you to maintain a historically accurate context. Third one that we have identified are streaming endpoints. Very, very important. Streaming endpoints using shared compute to allow co-execution alongside other APIs that you may be calling. Support for things like HTTP and gRPC, custom endpoints, and other protocols that are on the web. Not to mention custom protocols, one that you may design yourself for a particular use case. Crucial to streaming are things like real-time bimodal streaming. You need to be able to ingest multiple types of data, whether it be video, text, IoT data, audio, ambient AI support for processing continuous event streams, reaching out to queues like Kafka or user click streams, to trigger intermediate agentic enrichment loops. And all of these streams have to be able to manage back pressure natively. So if the LLM slows down or perhaps an API that you're talking to slows down, it doesn't break the stream. The stream continues to work. Integration and tools, number 4, extremely important. When we first started doing this, some of the adapters that we tried out were blocking and they simply just would not meet our needs. So we had to write our own. And so these adapters should be non-blocking. They should manage back pressure and they should safeguard reliability under demanding workloads. In addition, you might use multiple LLMs. You need to have seamless switching to be able to leverage these diverse AI models. As well, you need agent-to-agent brokerless messaging. This allows you to have very fast, direct, and efficient inter-agent communication without having to reach out to a third-party software. You also need extensive third-party integrations, facilitating ease of use with your existing technology investments. For example, your enterprise APIs that you already have, a vector database for semantic data, etc. And support for different protocols like A2A, MCP, BAI. And last, the agent lifecycle management, essentially being able to watch over the various agents in your system, to be able to do things like multi-region replication, which will protect you from failures and latency issues, no downtime upgrades, to eliminate eruptions for critical updates. You also need things like monitoring and tracing, threat intelligence, and the ability to have insight into your infrastructure and how your agents are operating. By pulling all of this together, we at Akka believe this gives you a very powerful way to build what is considered the creme de la creme of an agentic AI service, and that's the agentic enrichment loop. And this loop is basically a feedback loop, which is augmented continuously in real time by way of streaming data, by data that may be pulled out of your memory database, semantic data that may be added to the context and this conversational session that you're having with the LLM. And this is something that's going to continue to loop over and over. Agents are going to come in, they're going to do their job. It may spin up sub-agents. So it is a feedback loop on steroids, if you wish. And it's crucial to having an agentic AI service, especially one that works at scale and is production ready. Ultimately, what this does for us is it takes us to what we believe is going to be the future of application design and architecture. Currently, we are in the SaaS world, the mobile world, where we have n-tiered applications which speak to databases, speak to OLAP, speak to other external services, but they're generally stateless and they rely on a relational database. That will not work with the agentic tier, because in the agentic tier, we're talking about a much higher rate of volume of transactions per second, and the number of users that we're talking about are much higher. So in addition, the latency that the LLM has is something else we have to deal with. So we have to build these types of applications that are basically intelligent and autonomous and can make decisions on their own without human intervention, or as little human intervention as possible. And as I had mentioned in the beginning, that's going to take a different way of thinking. So hopefully this has helped you and give you some insight into agentic AI and where it's going. And for more information, reach out to us at akka.io. Thank you.